and gentlemen,
this is 3 Count Review.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Welcome everyone to 3 Count Review. I am KO, aka Howard J. Dingers, and this is the Smackdown Live Review, the go-home main roster show for Summerslam, and we got another good show. I can't complain. We're good. Smackdown. Nothing great happened. Not a great ending, but we did get a very good match, and very excited for SummerSlam. So the show started off with Charlotte Flair coming to the ring. Charlotte just said that Trish was jealous of Charlotte's success in WWE, and that now that she has more titles than she does, that she just wanted to come back because wrestling is better now, and, you know, she wanted to capitalize on the women's revolution. Charlotte decided to show a video package of her greatness, and the video package changed halfway through into a Trish Stratus video package, which was really weird. Charlotte was visibly upset in the ring. And then after the video package, Trish actually came out, and Trish cut a promo saying to be the woman, you gotta beat the woman, and she quoted Harley Race, which was cool. I don't know. Trish isn't the strongest on the mic, but this was good. It built the match. Like I've said before, this match doesn't need that much building, but I think this was good. I'm excited for this match. This match is going to be really good, possibly one of the better women's matches that we will see in a long time. Then we had Rey Mysterio versus Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph made his entrance like Goldberg, much like he did with Shawn a couple weeks ago, where he came out to Shawn's music and everything. This week he did Goldberg's music, so everyone popped for Goldberg, but then they knocked on Dolph's door, and Dolph came out with the security guards. It was funny. I enjoy that kind of stuff. I really like Dolph. Like, he does a lot of good stuff, but he hasn't been booked well in the past 3 years, ever since that Intercontinental Championship run, and so it's hard to take him seriously. So this match never got going, and the Dolph just attacked Rey before the match with a super kick and a couple punches, and then he went on the mic and he said nostalgia is killing the business, and he doesn't like that he's facing Goldberg at SummerSlam. This brings out Ali, and Ali challenges Dolph to a match, so we get Ali versus Dolph Ziggler instead. This match was pretty good. Dolph versus Ali, good spots. Most of it was in the picture-versus-picture commercial break, and yeah, Dolph Ziggler won with a super kick. Poor Ali has to lose to Dolph Ziggler. He was on a roll kind of recently. He's been doing good. I thought he was going to challenge for the Intercontinental title. They'll probably still throw that match on the pre-show, but I don't even know anymore. So yeah, poor Ali. Good to see Dolph get a win before Goldberg, I guess, but I think he's just going to get jobbed out to Goldberg in a couple minutes anyway. Then they did a Roman Reigns interview about all this, and Roman just says, hey, you know, usually I know what's attacking me. Normally I know who it is. He said someone's trying to seriously injure me and like hit me with a car and that kind of stuff, and he basically said, not cool, man. They asked him if he has any idea who he thinks it is, and he said, no idea. Then we had Ember Moon versus Natalya. It was contender versus contender here, and Natalya got counted out using the sharpshooter at ringside with the 5 count, so she got counted out. She held on to the sharpshooter, much like she did yesterday, and Bayley came out for the save, but then Natalya attacked Bayley, and Natalya walked away. It looked like they were trying to build Natalya and Bayley, but they're not. It was really... this was a weird segment. I don't think it did much for anyone. It surely didn't make Ember look good, and now that's 2 weeks in a row that they haven't made Ember look strong at all. So I feel bad for Ember. That'd still be a good match, but I don't think anyone's going to buy into her beating Bayley for the title. Then we had the Kevin Owens show with Shane McMahon, and they just went back and forth. Basically, Kevin said, if I'm putting my career on the line, you should also put your career on the line. And Shane didn't answer the question. He just said, there's multiple ways I can beat you. I can beat you by pinfall, submission. Shane said, I can slap the most devastating submission hold you've ever seen on you and make you tap out. The triangle hold. That's not the most devastating. No. And then Kevin said, so you're not going to do it? And Shane says, no, because I'm smarter than you. So then Shane said, let's give the fans a little preview what's to come on Sunday. And before they start brawling, Elias attacks Kevin. Kevin fends him off for a while, hitting a stunner on the table on Elias, actually, which I said last week. It's a stupid spot. A stunner on the table is not going to hurt worse than any other stunner. But then while Kevin is still on the table, Shane sweeps his leg out from underneath him. He pushes him and like beats him down in between the barricade and the announce table. And then he pushes the announce table on top of Kevin Owens. And he puts a chair in Kevin's face while he's pinned up against the barricade with the table. And he does like basically a coast to coast, but he didn't jump off of anything. It was a running drop kick basically to the steel chair into Kevin. And Kevin sold it real well. It looked like he was knocked out. This was good. I'm really excited for this match. Who knows what to expect. Sami Zayn made his way to the ring next, and he cut a promo on Aleister Black saying he's hiding. You know, I called him out last week, and what does he do? He locks himself in his little dark closet, and you know, I'm going to show him that the hype isn't real. And then Aleister Black's music hits, and Aleister has a mic, and he's laying on his little platform that raises him up. He's laying on it with the mic, and he says, well, this match isn't going to happen at SummerSlam. It's going to happen right now. And he raises up, he does his entrance, and we get Aleister Black versus Sami Zayn. This match was really good. I like both of these guys really much. I'm a huge Aleister Black fan, and to see him go over again, they're making him look really good right now. I think they're handling it very well, and yeah, Aleister did all his big moves, hit the Black Mass for the win. Aleister's looking good. Then we had a backstage interview, Shelton Benjamin, and they asked him if he was ever going to challenge for the 24/7 championship, and he rolled his eyes for a good minute, like he was just standing there just rolling his eyes for like a minute. And then he just says, well, and walks away. And this never paid off. They did nothing with this later in the night. This was, I guess it's setting up SummerSlam, but I don't. This was dumb. Then we had Firefly Funhouse, and he said that Finn isn't scared of anything. And he then said that that's not very smart because Finn invited the Fiend into his own doorstep, is what he said. And he said that's not very smart of Finn and that he unleashed the Fiend. I'm very excited for this match. I really like what they're doing with the Fiend character right now and everything that Bray Wyatt is doing. I think it's fantastic. I think it's money. I think it's going to take him places. So then we had a Kofi Kingston sit-down interview / video package, much like we did with Randy Orton last week, which I forgot to mention in my video last week, but that's okay. But this was really good. Kofi just said, you know, I was on the top of my game back in 2009, I think. But he just says, and you know, the crowd reaction was awesome, and he thought he was on his way to the top, and then all of a sudden, he just gets squashed, and that famous Randy Orton match where Randy hits the RKO, and stupid, and yeah, Kofi just goes on to say, I didn't win the title because of Randy Orton, I won it in spite of him. This was really good. This is a fantastic story with real life fuel. I think it's been great. I think it's smart to do this for SummerSlam, and I think it's going to be a pretty good match, Randy and Kofi. I think when Randy cares, he puts on good matches. Then we had the New Day versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan in the main event of Smackdown, and this match was good. All 3 of the 4 competitors in this match were really good. Rowan is just kind of there. He's the power guy. It works with the character, I guess, but nothing special. But yeah, basically New Day went on a roll. They were about to win, but then Rowan hit Big E with the steel steps, disqualification, and they beat him down hard. And then they cut backstage, much like they did last week, to Roman Reigns, and he goes in the locker room and he tells everyone to leave, except Buddy Murphy. He sits down with Buddy Murphy. He says, hey, dude, I saw the film. I saw that you were back there. Who did it? Buddy says, I don't know. Buddy continues and says, but if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. And then Roman just beats him up. And I mean, this looked vicious. This made Roman look really cool. Roman was throwing him onto a table, up against the wall. He grabbed his head and put him up against the wall, and he was punching him. And then eventually, Buddy Murphy gave out the information. He saw Rowan pushing over the scaffolding last week. And then it cuts back to the ring, and you can see Roman still up on the Titantron. He looked really confused. And Buddy does crucially say that he didn't see Daniel Bryan. I'm guessing Daniel was in the car on Monday. But yeah, then they just showed the ring where Rowan was just kind of standing there looking up at the screen, and Bryan also was kind of like looking down, looking confused too. Very strange, very anticlimactic ending to SmackDown. I think everyone was expecting a Daniel Bryan reveal, or at least a clear answer on this before SummerSlam. So I don't know if we're going to figure this out at SummerSlam or if we're going to wait till Raw or SmackDown next week. It was very confusing, and that was Smackdown. Good show. It was a good show. It was a good go home. I like that they're, again, much like Rey and Andrade yesterday, doing smaller feuds on the go home shows like they did with Aleister and Sammy tonight. Kind of builds hype for SmackDown and gives away a match that might have made the card on the show to kind of build hype for the pay-per-view. I think it's a really smart idea, and I like that they're doing it now. But yeah, 2 good go home shows in a row. I can see where a lot of people probably had some issues with this because nothing significant happened. But I think they built all their storylines up and they continued them. And I think going into SummerSlam, I think this is going to be a good show. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you thought of SmackDown down in the comments below. Give the video a like, hit subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for NXT.
When I'm strong, I'm nearly one. I might be too on. Wishing inside I could feel so numb. Oh, now that you're gone away, you feel it in the night. You want what's underneath. It's alright, no more lies, can't deny.